Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. I'm your host, Sean Anthony. Listen, I love Extra Credit Fridays because this is where we go back, we revisit those iconic conversations. You may not remember that so-and-so was actually on this show, but they absolutely crushed it. And today's episode, we're back with none other than one of the leading Black executives in tech right now, Walter Geer. That's right. You might remember this episode because this episode was really talking about how we all deserve a seat at that table. Take out your pen, your pad, however you take notes, sit back and enjoy this new episode of Extra Credit Fridays with Walter Geer.
We are responsible for inspiring countless generations of individuals. Now think about this for a second. You have brands out there like McDonald's and Wendy's and like all these different brands, right? When they're out here advertising and promoting products and promoting things, right, to individuals, it's just like with movies, right? Like when you see people who look like you in that advertisement, it shows a pathway. It shows that, hey, this can be me. And we see in movies like, Avengers and all this stuff, and they're having all these black, like, look, the new James Bond, the new 007 is a black woman. When my 6-year-old daughter can see that and say, I can be James Bond, I can be 007, that's powerful. But getting there means you need to have black and brown people who are calling those shots. So when you see like the Gucci shirt with the monkey lips on it, right? And people say, damn, how in the hell did that happen? Well, that happened because a black person isn't sitting at the table saying, nope, guys, we shouldn't do this. That's a bad idea, right? It happens because when you look across all the there's 5 major holding agencies that essentially own all of the creative agencies across the world, right? And across these agencies, there are only 2 black chief creative officers, 2, right? There are probably hundreds of black chief creative or white chief creative officers, but there's 2. Now, underneath the chief creative officer is what's called an executive creative director. That's what I am. And across the same 5 holding agencies, there are now 8 as of a week ago, right? Another one just got hired, recently underneath my holding agency as well. So that's a problem. So when we ask, how are these people fucking up? Well, because there's 8, 9, 10 of us at this senior level that can make that call.
It's crazy,
right? So that's the problem.
How do we change that? How do we get more seats at that table?
That's a tough question. I think it starts first with, motivating and inspiring a younger generation, right? It's showing, like, I didn't know what a creative director, I've been doing this for 21 years now. I didn't know what a creative director was until like 8 years ago in my career, right? It's showing these kids, inner city kids, all these kids are like, yo, hoops is the only way you could get paid, right? Not a lot of people know, right, that like in this type of job, like all those ads you see for fucking Jordan and movies and shit, like we're the ones who come up with those ideas, right? And culture is moving all of this shit, right? So it's easy for a black and brown kid to come up and do what I do, but they just need to know about it, right? So it's about showing them and showing them and inspiring them and allowing them to know that this is a pathway. It's about having, black leaders like myself and the other few that are out here creating a path, right? Like I like to say, like my job in what I do is, my regular 9 to 5, right? But beyond my 9 to 5, it's playing linebacker, right? And busting through the holes and trying to create the room so the next person up can run right through it a lot easier than I did, right? It is like creating opportunity wherever we can. Like I tell people always say like, well, we want to see the numbers. We want to see what these companies are doing and their stats around diversity. I don't give a fuck about the numbers, right? If you are a black and brown person, right? And if you're not a black and brown person, you care about diversity and inclusion and you have the ability to hire someone, because look, you don't have to be senior to hire someone. You could be a manager, right? 3 years in a company and have the ability to hire someone. So hire a person of color. Right. That's when we talk about, inclusivity and what it means to feel included. Right. Part of that is it has to be ingrained in your culture, and ingraining some shit in your culture means there needs to be other people that look like you there. It's like to my point earlier about when I went to Delhi, like I felt included. I felt welcome. I felt like this is a place where I belong. Right. So that's where. But I even do shit like I have a 13% rule that I wish more people would take on. I tell as many people as possible because it's a simple one. When people ask me to speak on a panel, or people ask me to be a jury chair or be on a jury for some award show or whatever it is, or keynote an event, I say, okay, first question out of my mouth when they ask, hey, can you do this? I say, great, I have a 13% rule. My 13% rule essentially means 13% of all the other people that are involved need to be Black. Because if we do that, then we're matching the US population in terms of Black people in the US, right? And if you can match that numbers, then I'm down. And if you're having a hard time getting that numbers, I hear 20, 25, or 30 people on this Excel document that you can reach out to, right? That are all black people. And I am not actually going to be giving you other Black leaders and executives. I'm actually going to give you junior and mid-level people. And you're going to do this because these are the people that need that opportunity and they need to share the spotlight, right? Not other executives like me. Like, we don't need any more than what we already have. We need to help bring up the next group of individuals. So that's sending the elevator back down.
Hey, what's up, fam? Thanks for watching. Don't forget, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. We'll see you next week here at School's Over Now What. And always remember, dream it, believe it, go out and get it.